What happens when a respected veteran repeatedly targets the league's biggest rising star? And it completely backfires. Sheryl Swoopes is now at the center of that question. For more than a year, Swoopes publicly criticized Caitlin Clark, questioning her impact, her numbers, and even the environment around the Indiana Fever. At first, many dismissed it as strong opinions from a former legend. But as the comments continued, critics began to notice a troubling pattern. According to fans and analysts, the criticism crossed the line from debate into misinformation.
Comments below.
She got fired, but it looked like you got fired, bro. It looked like she got fired. I just gotta keep it real. It looked like she got fired.
Being a hater of Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever in Clark's rookie season, even insinuating that players would flee the team because of the attention around the team.
Swoopes made her big.
Eventually, the consequences arrived. Reports began circulating that the WNBA had removed Swoopes from all broadcasting duties. Not just Indiana Fever games, but every assignment across the league. While the league itself has remained largely quiet, fans quickly connected the dots. To them, this wasn't a coincidence. It looked like accountability. And in the court of public opinion, the verdict came fast. For months, Swoopes questioned Clark's rise, suggesting the hype was exaggerated and implying that the attention around her could even drive players away from the Fever. Those comments didn't sit well with fans or fellow basketball
I got off the treadmill and I called her as a friend and I said, you know, you can say whatever you want. You can have your own opinion about anybody, but you do have to get the statistics right. I mean, facts matter. And if you just get ahead of this and just say, hey, I made a mistake on my numbers, then this thing is over and everybody respects you for your opinion. And, you know, you might like Boston, I might like the Yankees. You know, it's okay to have difference of opinions. Well, she got upset with me on the phone, and I was like, Sheryl, you know, I'm not doing anything to hurt you. I'm just sharing. We're talking. And so our relationship, it pretty much is not happening at this point. I tried to talk to her at the Final Four. Right. She didn't want to talk to me. My life's going to be good or great with or without Sheryl Swoopes in my life.
Instead,
the turning point came when Swoopes allegedly misstated Caitlin Clark's college statistics, claims that were easily verifiable and quickly challenged. That's when Hall of Famer Nancy Lieberman stepped in. Lieberman publicly corrected the numbers and emphasized something that should have been simple: facts matter. She made it clear that criticism is fair, opinions are welcome, but statistics aren't optional. According to Lieberman, she even reached out privately to resolve the issue, hoping Swoopes would acknowledge the mistake and move on. Instead, the situation escalated. Rather than correcting the record, Swoopes doubled down. What followed was a public dispute.
There seems to be some haterade in the league in regards to Clark starting with WNBA legend Sheryl Swoopes.
As the back and forth continued, Swoopes' credibility began to take a hit. Fans weren't just disagreeing anymore. They were questioning her objectivity entirely. Then Stephen A. Smith weighed in. On national television, Smith openly questioned why a WNBA legend appeared so hostile toward the league's most marketable new star. He didn't mince words. He called out what he viewed as jealousy and bias, asking why someone who helped build the game would seemingly try to tear down the very player bringing unprecedented attention to it. That moment mattered. When someone with Smith's platform speaks, millions listen. From there, the narrative...
People in the Fever were like, y'all...
That's not my point. There's a lot of other shit going on that players are like, this ain't where I want to be.
Over there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Some new shit going on around there.
It's a lot. So you have players that are very significant on this Indiana Fever team that are like, I don't want to be here. This is where I want to be.
Yeah.
The basketball shifted quickly. What once sounded like criticism now looked, to many, like a personal vendetta. Each time Swoopes was challenged with facts, she appeared to grow more defensive. The more she pushed back, the worse it looked. Fans began revisiting her past, and that's when old controversies resurfaced. Years earlier, Swoopes' coaching tenure at Loyola University, Chicago, ended following an investigation into player treatment. Multiple athletes transferred, and the university ultimately parted ways with her. Former players described an environment they felt was hostile and intimidating. At the time, Swoopes denied wrongdoing, but the damage to her coaching career was real. To critics, the parallels were impossible to ignore.
And then, obviously, you guys remember last year when Dallas had to pretty much say, hey, you can't broadcast the Indiana Fever game after the little comments and things you had the game before. Or something like that. Yeah, I believe it was that. And Nancy Lieberman was the one who pretty much confronted Cheryl Swoopes about the whole situation and let her know, like, hey, you know, we got to keep it this, we got to keep it that, keep it about basketball.
The WNBA. Fast forward to the present, and fans saw the same pattern repeating, only this time on a much bigger stage. Instead of college athletes, the target was the face of women's basketball. Instead of a locker room, the platform was national media. And once again, Swoopes appeared unwilling to accept correction. After her reported removal from WNBA broadcasts, something unexpected happened. Swoopes suddenly changed her tone. In recent appearances, she praised Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, calling them exciting, talented, and well-built for the future. The shift was dramatic. The same players she questioned for over a why. What makes this entire situation resonate so deeply with fans isn't just the conflict between two individuals. It's what that conflict represents. Women's basketball is a crossroads. For the first time in its history, the league is experiencing sustained mainstream attention, packed arenas, record-breaking ratings, and constant national media coverage. Caitlin Clark didn't create all of that on her own, but she undeniably...
Just because you are a great player doesn't make you a great coach.
Former Loyola basketball player Kate Sohn says Swoopes caused the players to live in fear, that she routinely threatened that they would lose their scholarships or she would cut them from the team.
It made it hard to play. It wasn't about working hard and having fun anymore. It was about surviving.
Fast forward. And when a sport finally breaks through, it exposes everything beneath the surface. Supporters, skeptics, unresolved tensions, and uncomfortable truths. Caitlin Clark's rise has been different from previous stars. She didn't just dominate on the court, she brought eyeballs. Casual fans, non-basketball fans, and even skeptics of the women's game suddenly cared. Merchandise sales surged. Road games sold out. Broadcasts that once struggled for relevance became must-watch events. This kind of attention changes power dynamics quickly, and not everyone adjusts comfortably. For years, the WNBA existed in a space where criticism stayed mostly internal. Debates happened quietly. Disagreements rarely spilled into mainstream outrage. But Clark's arrival shifted that balance. Every comment, every opinion, every critique suddenly mattered more because more people were listening.
That she mistreated players.
It was the environment she created. I was belittled, humiliated, made to feel extremely small.
Head coach since 2013. Last year, 5 of her players reportedly transferred to different programs. And this year, a reported 10 of the team's 12 players aren't planning on coming back.
When Swoopes spoke, her words didn't just reach diehard fans. They reached millions of new viewers who didn't know the league's internal politics or history. They took what they heard at face value. That's why the alleged misinformation struck such a nerve. To longtime fans, it felt irresponsible. To new fans, it felt misleading. And to the league, it risked undermining the very momentum it had spent decades trying to build. The WNBA doesn't just need stars, it needs trust. Trust for broadcasters, fans, sponsors, and future players. When that trust is shaken, leadership is forced to respond. What many viewers began to notice was the contrast between how Clark now, the league stands on the brink of a new era. The next generation of stars.
We've got a Cheryl Swoopes switch up. I think, you know, either you get on the bandwagon or you get left behind.
Is already Swoopes here. They're younger, faster, more media savvy, and more connected to fans than ever before. They understand the spotlight because they grew up in it, and they aren't waiting for permission. The lesson in all of this isn't about silencing criticism. Debate is healthy. Analysis is necessary. But when criticism becomes personal, when facts become flexible, and when ego outweighs growth, consequences follow. That's not cancellation, that's accountability. As fans, everyone gets to decide